Hello and welcome back to Two Bros Podcast, episode number 29. I'm Adam.
And I'm Joe.
And what's going on with you, Joe?
These guys.
Metallica.
So.
Yeah, they've been in the news a lot lately.
Yeah,
and that wasn't planned. Just for the people out there, I just randomly said, you know what? For Turn It Up, this is my week. Well, I would just do Metallica. I know as much as you can know about a band when it comes to Metallica. So, and then
probably a lot of people out there do about a band at least.
Oh yeah.
So, but Cliff did come from the hometown there, so.
Yeah, Castro Valley. We're Castro Valley High kids. We went to Castro Valley. And then you got some new effects. I got some new effects. They're not like the top of the line for me. I just got it because it's just something simple and easy to work with. So we're going to start with that, just talking about some new gear.
Get into it. Yeah, what I got was the Headrush MX5. I don't know. With that background, it's screwing it up. Well, you see me holding something up. Well, I made a video unboxing it.
Put it like right on your chest like this. See if that works. Yeah, see?
Yeah,
but then the mic's covering it. There you go. There it is.
See it? It's got the expression pedal over here.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I bought the Iconic, the combo amp. And it was great. I mean, it's a great amp. But I started needing some effects, right? And we were talking about this last week when I got it, because you're like, well, what the hell did you go do that for? And it's like, because the Katana I had all those effects built into it, but
it went full circle.
It was limited on the amp itself. There was only so much that you could access on the amp. You basically had to plug it into the computer, and download the Boss fucking app. And then you line everything in through that, and then you send it back to the amp.
Let me ask you this, though. They don't have, like, an iPad app? Then you could just have your iPad and do it on there.
No. Well, they have a Boss app, but it's more like to make beats. It's like a...
it's not for the
app. Yeah, it's not for the Katana. At least not when I got the Katana. I mean, I haven't checked lately. They might. But so anyway, I was in there, like, I think I had talked about this on the podcast before. I was in there with this amp, the Katana, and I was spending like 2 hours trying to get a tone from the computer, and then I send it out to the, so like I wasn't getting enough practicing with that amp, because I was spending, since I'm novice with it, I spent most of my time trying to, get a good tone or whatever.
Yeah.
And so that's when you said, about the Iconic, and I had never had a tube amp. So I figured, well, that's probably good and your recommendation. So I looked into it and I was like, well, it's got the clean channel, which is good. And then it's got the, the dirty, the crunch. And so I said, okay, well, it's got everything I pretty much need. But once I got it, then I started thinking, well, you had told me about the overdrive, added overdrive.
Yeah, you got to boost your...
And then you had told me about the looper pedal, which is a good, and I admit that was a good, I wouldn't have thought of that. And, okay, so then I got those two pedals initially. Then I started thinking, well, from when I play my acoustic, I like to use my acoustic too, I want a little bit of chorus on that. So I had to go get a chorus pedal. After I did that, then I started thinking, well, if I play some lighter shit, I probably want a delay. So it started adding up, right? And then you had sent me, I said, give me your crunch settings, right? So I can dial it in on mine. So you sent me a picture of your crunch settings. So that weekend, a couple weekends ago, I dialed it in on mine, and it sounded good. I love the crunch on it. Yeah. But I was getting a bunch of feedback, and it's got a built-in noise gate, but it's kind of weak. Because it wasn't stopping like all the noise.
No, and then the extra pedal noise is going to come in, and
so
you need a separate gate.
So then I started thinking, well, I'm going to need to get a gate. So there's another. So I went and started adding up, like, well, if I get a cheap gate, and then it started adding up to like close to $300 more in pedals, and I had already spent like $200 in those first few pedals. So I was like, and then the other thing that was annoying is then I had cables all over the fucking floor.
Yeah.
And then my dog would run through and get tangled in them, and so it was, it was just like getting aggro with it. So I said, well, fuck it, let me just look at a board. I was thinking, I'll spend maybe $200 and I'll get a board, pedal board, effects board that has, pretty much all the effects that I need.
Yeah.
And so I started looking at some of the cheaper ones like the Zoom, and they just look cheap. And then I seen that head rush, and I was like, damn, that looks quality. It's got a touch screen. And then I went and watched some videos on the different pedals that I was thinking about. And so the one that really impressed me was that head rush. Now,
Yeah.
You had bought one recently.
I bought the Hotone's Ampero 2. Hotone's, people call it Hot Ones. Hotone's Ampero 2. The thing was, I was looking at that MX5. I was thinking of getting that because I have that Line 6, the Helix, the big one, and I don't need the big old board. But the problem is, like, that thing keeps freezing on me. And I saw some reviews about that MX5, and one guy says he's like, it's great. It's got all this, the memory, and then you can run the different amps and stuff. He goes, but it freezes. The buttons freeze on me from time to time. And I'm like, oh, shit. Yeah, my luck. I'm going to get one that does that same shit because I already went through it. So then I did checked some reviews, and I am getting this thing. I don't know if you can see it. Comes in Hotone.
It's a Stormtrooper.
Yeah, so that thing, I would like it. It would have been better in black, but whatever.
And that's the 2, right? Because they made
the 2. And Hoto 1 has the expression pedal on it like yours.
Yeah.
But that thing, it can't process like this one. This one you can run dual amps. You can do all kinds of shit with it. So
you can do that on this one too.
Yeah, you can do that. And I like what that thing did.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do all that shit, but.
No, yeah, probably not.
I'm not gonna get that heavy.
I got this with it. That's the expression pedal. It's a wah and a volume pedal, or an expression pedal. But when I looked into it, you can only do when you do an expression. You can't use it for wah and volume. You can only use it for one or the other on a channel. So I'm like, that's kind of lame. So then I just run it directly in. But I don't really like in the volume because it goes from off to on, like, boom. There's no, like, gradual sweep to kind of slowly bring the volume up.
Yeah, to swell it.
Yeah, which is good for, like, just effects, like that violin style effect sound.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was going to get yours. So what do you think of it?
Well, so far I love it. It's got the 5150, one of the models in there.
Yeah.
Is it? So what I did was I turned on the 5150, and then I put the basic settings that you had given me for my real amp.
Yeah.
And then it's got my Boss overdrive pedal in there too. So I put that. And I did add the gate at the beginning of it. You had told me to put that at the beginning. And then so I plugged it straight into my drum amp, which is basically a PA, a power.
Yeah, you're just going direct now. Yeah.
And it was fucking. I plugged. I had my Iconic on too. And for me, I'm a drummer. I couldn't tell the difference between the modeler and the amp. I knew which one because I was strumming back and forth. But the tone was fucking awesome for me.
Yeah.
So, I'm well pleased with it right now.
I'm sure there's I hear this one's got 5150 and it's Soldano's. It's got all the iconic amps. But the difference now is so subtle. Like even when I got the Helix, I ran my actual 5150. It's right out of camera above me. I ran that one and my Helix, and then they call it the Panama on Helix, and everybody knows that's an Eddie Van Halen 5150, and I dialed them in so they are almost exact, but with some EQing and stuff. But the tones are getting way better on these things, and like for what you're using it for, that's why originally I was going to tell you just get a processor, a multi-effects processor like that, but you had all that original pit with the Katana. You weren't happy. I was like, well, that should do everything you need it to do.
Yeah, it does technically. I'm just not. And I like to think that I'm a technical guy, but just like trying to learn guitar plus learning amp and all that shit, it was just like I'm not even playing guitar at all. I'm just sitting here on the computer trying to get tones.
Yeah.
And then I'm a drummer, so I'm like, well, what's a good tone? That sounds good, but it might sound like ass if you heard it. Like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
So that's what kind of threw me off on that amp. Then this amp, I was all hyped because I was like, basically I have two tones, the clean and the fucking crunch. But then it got into with the pedals and then the fucking noise. So it's like, I need the noise gate. So like I said, then you start adding up all these pedals, plus all the cables for them. This one's, I just got the one cable going into the modeler or into the processor, and then one cable going out to an amp if I use an amp. Like at night, I'm just putting the headphones on.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not, this is basically one cable. And then you see how big it is. It's compact, so it doesn't take up much space.
Yeah.
So it's you know, and it pretty much does what I need to do. But like I was telling you, like if you ever come over or whatever, I have a jam session here. I got the good amp for the guitar.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I got my drum amp, so you know we can play live, you know, here.
Yeah.
So you know, it fills out the studio nice.
No, and it's one of those things you're not going to learn until you just do it, and unfortunately, you got to spend the money to learn that.
Spend the money,
or know somebody and have the tools and play, you know, with their equipment. But
yeah, and I like the Iconic, so but it's just loud, so it's like, you know, being in a townhome, it's like you try to keep the volume down. But I think as I learn more guitar, I'm gonna get on that amp more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of build up. But this is a good base because I can just have the headphones on and practice away and not bug anybody. So for now, it's good. And then I still got my amp ready. It's in the bullpen. So
yeah.
So well, yeah, I ended up going full circle with all that shit.
I knew that was going to happen, but I just figured I'd shut up and let you just do it because, yeah, it's more hassle to like have to. You got the amp, but then you need the effects, but then each pedal adds more shit.
Yeah.
And it costs more.
More cables.
That's
why. Yeah. And then I started thinking, well, when I just get a board to kind of compact everything.
Yeah.
And to put the pedals on, but then you start looking at it, there's another, like a cheap one's maybe like $60, $70, 75.
Yeah.
And then you got to buy like a power for it.
Yeah, then you need a power supply so that all those can run off the power.
I just started adding this shit up. I'm like, dude, well, I just look at the processor. I'll get a cheap processor. But then when I started looking like you know, kind of what your motto is just go for the good one because you know. Later, you're going to regret it, and you'll probably end up buying it most of the time anyway.
Yeah.
So if you buy the cheap one, you'll be like, I should have got the other one. So, and that's when I seen the head rush, and then I watched some videos on YouTube. I was like, man, that seems like, you know, that's right up my alley. So I pulled the gun on that one.
Yeah, no, I almost bought that same one, but Jennifer kind of talked me out of it because she saw some bad reviews, and then I saw like I was saying, that video. The guy was complaining about the buttons, and I was like, oh shit, here we go, deja vu.
Yeah.
But when I first got the Helix, I was thinking of getting the big head rush, the big board, and then I was like, well, which one should I get? I guess more people use the Helix. Maybe the head rush isn't as good. But then I found people that use the head rush and it's good. Like we were last week or the last show we talked to Tracy Guns on the toilet playing his head rush.
Yeah, I could do that now.
Yeah, you can fucking take dumps and play your head rush.
That's fucking awesome.
Pitch out a solo, pitch out a fucking brown.
Pitch it low.
All right, so yeah, that's new gear there. It never ends.
Oh, and I want to make an announcement. Well, we got to talk about this off the show because this is more technical behind the scenes shit. But since we've been having the difficulties with our recordings, because I'm on a different DAW, I'm using a different DAW.
Yeah.
And your setup is Pro Tools. I've just decided to subscribe. I'm going to get Pro Tools.
Oh,
but
nice.
We'll talk a little bit, you know, after, because you'll have to help me with the technical shit on that.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Actually, maybe we could do a couple of these videos while I'm walking you through things because...
Well, yeah, we could do like the Zoom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'd do the Zoom too, because that would help a lot.
And other people are going to have the same problems. It's like all this stuff. Whenever you have an issue, you want to find somebody with your exact problem. Yeah. And then go, how did they fix it, you know?
Yeah.
So, fuck yeah, cool. Yeah, it's like you just do it annually, right?
Yeah, well, you can go month to month.
I think they're the month, but I do it.
It's a little cheaper going annually. And I'm just gonna get the base one because that's all I need.
Yeah, you don't need all the other shit. And then, yeah, cool, man. So, fuck yeah.
I just was thinking about it this week, and I'm like, it'll take out some of the headaches at least. You know?
Yeah.
And then we both working, so it's, we have limited time, and then when we sit down to do this shit, we need to get on it instead of fucking around with technical difficulties and shit.
Yeah, and then because we've been having problems with the MIDI. The MIDI is not transferring right, and yeah, this shit's like coming out way off. I'm like, what the fuck are you playing? But I think it's the MIDI. It's stretching it, and then like, so like, where I didn't know how you had yours set up. Yeah. Did you watch that video though with the Hertz?
Yeah.
And where he goes in there and change it. See, that's totally different from Pro Tools. You got to set that up when you set your session up before you start. I guess in Logic you can change it.
I think you could change it, but for at least from how that video was. But I remember when we first set up the first track for the first song that we did.
Yeah.
And you were helping me. I remember there was a window that popped up at the beginning when it was a new session or a new project, I think they call it in Logic.
Yeah, new.
And then that's when you pick the shit. But like I said, what I've been doing is I keep that same session project up. When the new song comes in, I'll just delete the tracks and then just import like the new guitar track that you sent me, and then because that way my drum track is already set up on it.
But you're using the same project.
Yeah.
And that project, it's never been set up to what we're at.
Yeah.
And it's better to just do a new one, so that way we set them up the same every time.
Yeah.
In case we want to change it.
It should be smoother now, because once you set me up with the Pro Tools, you know your way around Pro Tools. So if I do something, you can say, "Oh, you fucked that up right there."
Yeah.
You can pinpoint it more.
I can play on my end with the system and say, "Okay, here's what happened." Yeah, and then these things they glitch. Like we're always talking about the problems we're having with the technical stuff with here. Yeah. For anybody that's listening, we didn't spend 45 minutes tonight fucking trying to get the sound to work.
Yeah, it worked.
And I would turn the fucking thing on and it worked.
It worked.
It's like, what the fuck? But you know what? My Pro Tools, I have this controller on my desk, and now all that's not hooked up. The MIDI, for some reason, it dropped all that. For no reason. It's I haven't switched nothing. I haven't changed nothing. It's not recognizing it because my faders are all automated. They're not even moving now. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to fuck with that after we're done. Yeah. And that's one of those things that you mess with these programs and say you haven't touched that shit in a year or 6 months, that function, it's gone. You forget how to do it. You're like, how did I fucking hook this thing up again? Fuck. So I know that's going to be 45 minutes of fucking around, you know. That's the thing with this technology, and like you were saying, with messing with the pedals and shit, these effects, you can spend like a whole day fucking with effects and not get anything done because you're not playing. You're just, you know.
Well, the first two effects I got, I was pretty much off and running because you had told me about them already. Like you had kind of set me up about them. So I pretty much got them, and you know, like I turned the drive all the way down.
Yeah.
I was using the drive on the amp, but just using it as a boost. And then the looper was kind of self-explanatory. That helps, like you said. You can hit a riff and then a lick, and then it just loops itself.
He's playing it for you.
You don't have to sit there and try to riff and then touch the controls and shit. Set the controls. You can just sit there with the controls.
Yeah.
So it helps with that. And then there was a couple pieces that I had wrote, and I wanted to hear if they played good on top of each other.
Yeah. Then you could play out ideas. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you could play one part and then it'll loop, and then you could play the other part over it.
Yeah. It's good for writing. It's definitely a cool tool.
But of course, this one has a real good looper in it now, so I got two. But it's always good to have redundancy. So now I got the real pedals on those. So
you got the real kind.
Yeah, that's what we play here. Well, that's what we'll be recording now. The real.
The real kind.
We're both set up on fucking. I just figured it's gonna should save us some headaches.
Yeah.
And it'll eliminate a lot of shit. Well, is that right? Or what the hell did you do? And all that shit.
Yeah. And Logic is doing that weird shit where it's making like auto tempo or point, decimal point, dot. It's like, what the fuck? Like, Just do 160, you son of a bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you, stupid program?
Yeah, you said it at 160, and it was like 160, what, 0.5 or something?
But it wasn't even 0.5. It was like 0.4359. What?
Yeah.
Like, dude, who's playing that way? I just got to be like a fucking half a second fucking off, or a half a beat off. I don't know. I said beat off. All right.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
You're a funny guy, Sully. I like you. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
All right, you want to get into some music news?
Yeah, we got, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
At a time, or want to start?
Yeah, we get started.
Okay.
So, all right.
You got the last story, right? So I'll get the first one.
Yeah, we'll start with you after. Music news. All right.
First one I got, well, we've been talking about the Van Halen reunion.
Yeah.
And it's been out there that Alex isn't ready, he's still mourning. Well, now the latest story is that Alex and Michael are fine. They're buddy again.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting on Dave. They can't get Dave to commit. So that's what's holding up the reunion.
No.
What cracks me up, though, is nobody's mentioned Jason Newsted. So he's the one that originally broke the story. And, he really ain't got nothing to do with it.
Well, he doesn't. It's like, I mean, who knows to what extent he was going to be a part of it. But why Jason Newsted?
I know.
But then again, Satriani. But they need a guitar player, right? So they get somebody who can play the parts. But, I mean, there's hella guys out there that fucking nail Eddie's plan. Because now it's like, he's done it, and then the next generations, they can copy it, but they're never going to be Eddie.
So that's what the holdup is, apparently. It's Dave.
I think because Dave's lost it.
But then it's like, well, just get Sammy. Sammy's fucking ready to go.
That's what people are saying. Why not just get Sammy? Just do the Sammy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like... And Sammy could do all those old songs. Fuck.
Yeah, he was doing some of them when we...
Yeah.
So...
All right.
But that's the first one.
All right. For me, I had... Dave Mustaine got mad at the Judas Priest guitar tech for playing while Megadeth was doing their set.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got all... He stopped playing.
Popeye. He went full Popeye.
That's what I was going to say. Popeye pulled out. Whoa, you son of a bitch. Hey! And he flipped him off. He stopped playing, flipped him off. Called him a piece of shit over the mic. It's like...
apparently they were at a festival. So they had a side stage.
They're two side-to-side stages, so when one band's done, they shift to the next one. They just go boom, boom, boom.
And they were setting up on the other stage for Judas Priest, Judas Priest tag. And Dave was playing, he got fucking pissed. He stopped the concert. So.
You don't fucking do that while it's me playing, you son of a bitch. Fucking Bluto.
I told you, he looks like fucking Popeye.
Yeah, now that you said that, now that's sticking.
Every time you see him, fucking...
It's gonna fucking one day we're gonna beat him and like, you motherfuckers talk all that shit.
Yeah, we talk all kinds of shit.
Yeah, whatever. What do we know?
Get in line behind our dad.
Yeah.
He's like the most sensitive. Oh, we talk shit about ourselves. What the hell?
Yeah, we do.
We don't give a fuck.
No, hell no.
So
Mexican Americans!
I came out of that hep hole. Look at that.
End up playing a dive bar in Concord.
Yeah, we do that too. All right, what's your second one?
So the next one I got, that big stadium tour, Motley Crue, Poison, Def Leppard, and Joan Jett, and another opening act.
Yeah.
All right, the other day, well, it's been about a week now, because every other week we do the podcast, but Bret Michaels missed some shows because, they said he was hospitalized because of his diabetes medication. But I don't know. There's something sounds funny. I know he's a diabetic. I've heard.
Yeah,
that.
he's type 1 diabetic.
But usually your medicine, you don't like. You're not changing it all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know that was the story of why he was in the hospital.
Yeah, but maybe he couldn't get his normal brand on the road and try to substitute brand. Or I knew this one girl back in high school. She was diabetic and had to shoot up the insulin. But she'd drink, and I know Bret Michaels drinks at parties. So when she would drink, she'd just shoot up a little bit more. Maybe
to offset.
The dose is messing that up.
Fucked it up. Yeah, maybe he did.
Plus, you get older, and you can't take all that. Your body,
Yeah, but that's what's funny about this, because the Motley Crue, Tommy Lee was out because his ribs.
Yeah, his ribs.
And did you hear how he cracked his ribs?
Nah.
Him and his old lady were staying at this resort or this in Nashville, and he was bringing the bags out to the car. The driver came to pick him up, take him to the airport. He's walking down the steps. They were like stone stairs, and he fucking tripped on the bag or whatever and fell on the stairs. And that's how he cracked his ribs.
Oh, damn. Like old man style.
It's like all these dudes are old. It's like they're out there with the stadiums. They're like, it's the 80s again. It's like, no, you guys are fucking ancient now.
I did see stuff about bagging on Vince Neil for using a teleprompter.
Oh, was he? I didn't see that one.
Yeah, and then other bands were defending him. I'd defend him. I mean, you get older, your memory just doesn't work. And you write song after song after song. You're like, fuck, what are the lyrics to that song again?
Yeah, I can't remember my pin code. So.
Nah, and you know what? Even when I was younger in my 20s and 30s, I'd be up on stage and fucking sing the first verse for the second verse and flip them around and shit. It's like, fuck it. Some songs I'd fucking just make up words because I forget them. Yeah. And nobody'd know because we didn't have those on an album, so they didn't know them.
Yeah.
But, shit happens. You get up there, you get flustered, you lose your train of thought. That's pretty normal. Most bands have a teleprompters up there, but they started ragging on him because he's Vince Neil.
Well, he hasn't fallen off the stage yet.
Yeah, not since. And
good for him.
He's not breaking ribs.
Go, Vince. You got this.
He's eating the ribs.
Yeah, he didn't crack no ribs like Tommy. Fucking. And I don't know. And then the story, though, I read it, and then I looked it up on Blabbermouth, so I read it on Livewire. It still doesn't say. I think they're off the tour now. They just said they're not going to go on, and they pulled out. But it wasn't in the story when I'm reading it. It didn't actually confirm it, but that's what they led it to believe. Because initially it was like he was in the hospital, so they're going to miss that show. They might miss a couple of the shows. And then the follow-up this week was, it made it sound like they had pulled out of the whole show altogether.
Oh, damn.
So I'm waiting for another follow-up on this week to see what happens. But, yeah, so because Bret Michaels couldn't perform, they pulled out.
That sounds more serious than
that's what I'm thinking. So that initial shit about that's why I was when you added 1 and 1. Yeah. I was thinking, something else must have happened. But,
the other thing is like I was saying, you can't keep pushing your body like that for years. When you're younger, you go maybe spike it up a little bit more and do some alcohol. Maybe his kidneys start giving out. Who knows? He's having complications.
Well, that Travis Barker, he's got pancreatitis.
Yeah, he got pancreatitis. Yeah, from he had some surgery, and I didn't even know that. This guy I was jamming with, he went in for surgery. What did he have done? I forget. He had something done, and then that caused pancreatitis. I guess that happens in some surgeries. It can cause pancreatitis.
Yeah.
And I went through that in 2008, but mine was because I had stones, and they kept going down the bile duct, and dude, that's like the worst pain ever. Yeah, I almost died from that shit. That shit can be really serious.
Yeah.
I just got the 10-minute warning. Shoot, when you said you bought the subscription, I was like, oh, on fucking Zoom? So we don't have to do this no more? All right. Nah. Hey, maybe we could get advertising. They'll pay for this shit.
Well, we get some listeners, we can get a Patreon going.
Yeah, if we get listeners too, then we can start getting advertising. The more, once you start getting traffic, then
rolling.
But I don't know how the fuck we get traffic. Watch us, please. Yeah, whatever. At least laugh at the fucking two dumbasses. So, all right, yeah. Well, should we just cut it off and then and then start again?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you got a short story you want to hit real quick?
Well, okay. I mean, I got 8 minutes. The next one I had was Anita Strauss was talking about one time a male fan, threw his sweaty after-show boxers up on the stage. It's like, ew, dude, because you always hear about chicks, you see it flinging their bras up on stage.
Dirty ass panties.
Yeah, so she goes, well, the whole show, like, there was this group of guys off on her side of the stage to maybe the left of her, and she kept seeing this group of guys partying, drinking, having a good time. And the one guy kept, like, doing, like, heart hands and, like, blowing her kisses and shit. So she's like, amused by the guy. Then towards the end of the set, I think she said the second to last song, he was gone. He wasn't there no more. So she's like, oh, probably got out ahead of traffic. Well, the next song, the very last song, the encore, he's back. And then he fucking flings up his fucking sweaty fucking boxers on stage. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking gross, dude. Yeah, chicks are going to go, fuck yeah. So, but dude, the gross part about it was, she said either the bass player or the guitar player, so it was Rick Roxy or Chuck Garrick, got the boxers with the waistband on the top of their fucking headstock and fucking flung it out back into the audience. Well, it overshot them and hit some fucking fans like, yeah! Mouth open, boom, right on his face.
That's a super spreader right there.
Dude, super spreader event. He just got fucking jock itch to the mouth.
Monkeypox.
Got monkeypox all over that shit, yo. But, yeah, so she said at that point, she fell down, just started laughing. She's laying on her back, finishing up the set. And, yeah, they were just, it's pretty gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are guys thinking sometimes, Chick's gonna go, ooh, I want that guy.
I want drawers.
He gave me his sweaty drawers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I figured throw it in there, and yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't see that one. So we got, I got a couple more, and then you got one, or how many more you got?
I got the one last one. It's a Metallica story. Although there was a couple this week, because they were all over the news with different shit. Obviously because of Master Puppets and Stranger Things.
I'll do the.
You got a quick one?
I got a couple quick ones, real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll reset it, and then we'll finish up with mine and then yours.
Okay.
So the two quick ones I got. Number one, Ozzy and Sharon celebrated their 40th year anniversary this week. So happy anniversary.
All right. Congratulations. All right. Yeah.
What are they clapping for?
What the fuck?
And then number two is Dave Manichetti from YT. We did them on the first Turn It Up.
Yeah.
He's been doing cancer treatments, dialysis, radiation.
Oh,
and
shit.
he just finished up. He had prostate cancer, so he just finished up the treatments and he's resting at home. They said he's doing well, so hopefully he'll be in remission, and that'll be the end of that.
Well, good luck to him. That shit's no,
I know.
not a good time. He's the last original guy from YT, right?
Yeah, they're all
dead.
Yeah.
So now he's got cancer.
He's at Grandpa Joe at YT.
Yeah.
He keeps going.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Now, yeah.
Good luck on that guy.
Yeah, he's got cancer, so
like
he's
that.
doing good with the treatment, so hopefully that'll be good. But all right, so you want to take the break and
We'll just cut it.
yeah, and then,
Okay, we'll be right back.
right on.
All right, and we're back. So, which one did you have? The other one you wanted to hit?
Okay, so then my last story before we go to turn it up. Hate Breeds, Jamie Josta.
Yeah.
He secured the rights to the Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So this, I guess, it was an old fest that they used to have.
It's been going on for years.
Yeah, but the last one was like in 2008 or 2009.
Oh, wait.
And
How long
they haven't
ago?
yeah, it's been like 16 years, they said. And so I guess his buddy ran it, or he knew one of the guys that ran it, and I guess for health reasons or something, that he can't do it no more. So Jamie got the rights to it, and they're going to do it next year. They're going to put it. He's going to put it on.
That's cool.
Right now they got. Apparently, you go to their website, that Milwaukee Metal Fest, I guess.com.
Yeah.
And you can suggest bands that you want to see, and they're going to try to get some of the bands, like, they're trying to basically taking a poll right now, like what kind of bands you want.
Yeah.
And then they're going to, see which ones they can get. And
So start submitting. Two bros.
yeah, we got an offer for Hong Kong, so
Yeah, we got one offer. Oh, see, it did it again. Fucking A.
just stop recording.
It just stopped. CPU overloaded. Fuck. Well, we'll see how this goes. All right. Well, I'll just apologize right now because now we have to use the Zoom audio. So this is. I'm gonna have to clean that shit up. Good thing we did it on Friday, so I got all tomorrow to fuck with it. Fucking try to add gates and maximizers and limiters and bring up all the fucking crap. A lot of times though, with that recording, like I can't hear you. You're low. I don't know why. No. I don't know.
Yeah, where it's at right now.
Yeah, because I'm not hearing it through Zoom right now. You don't hear it till they bounce it to you.
Damn.
So we won't know until the end. This piece of shit.
You got to get a new computer.
Yeah, that's how my week has been going. I was supposed to be off, and then
You had to work.
that's right. I didn't even mention that. I was supposed to be off all week. That's why we were going to do this Friday night, which is tonight. I normally do it on Saturday night, and then I do it bouncing on Sunday. But one of the guys in my department got COVID, so it's like, well, since I'm the manager, I got to pick up the slack. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how the week's been going. Yeah. Yay. Happy times.
Did they pay you for that? Because you had taken vacation time?
Yeah, I always get paid. I get
You got to
paid.
just use it again.
No, I just cancel it.
Oh.
I just cancel my
You
vacation.
have it to use.
Yeah, I have it. I didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
And then you can cash out. But I've already cashed out because we were shorthanded for the first 5 months. So I've already cashed out like 2 weeks worth of. I have hella vacation. I never go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's like I just need a break, man. I want just a little breather. Play some guitar, do some stuff around the house.
You got to
play some
do is,
guitar.
I was thinking about that. You got to take an oddball week.
Yeah.
Because you keep trying to take it on holidays.
No, I usually don't. The only reason I was picking the 4th, and I asked my team, I go, anybody want to take the 5th of July off? I asked them, I think in May.
Yeah.
So it was 2 months ago. It was like, no, we're cool. Because I know how it goes. Fireworks don't get going till like 9 o'clock because it ain't even really fully dark at 9.
Yeah.
It's dusk. It's almost dark. But it's like when you got to go to work in the morning, I'm usually in bed at 9. And you're having those big old boom, boom. Dogs are freaking out. So I'm like, oh, fuck, man. I hate that. I'm old man. I got to go to bed. Yeah. So, yeah. So I figure, peace of mind. I'll just fuck it. Take the whole week. Fuck it. Yep. Yeah.
Motherfuck.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Well, fucking Pro Tools. Close this shit. Pro Tools is fucking bullshit.
Well, you get a new computer now. You can get the new version because you're running an old version of Pro Tools, right?
Well, yeah, but not really. I mean, I'm not too far back because I just haven't updated it lately. But I think I'm like 12 something. I think Pro Tools or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty current because that stuff's always behind the computers.
Yeah.
So you're usually you might run into shit because yours is so new in that M1 chip shit. But
I only the main plugin I just need that Easy Drummer to work. And because I got the Helix, that's my other plug-in there.
Easy Drummer work. That shit works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I shouldn't really have problems. But, knock on wood, whatever.
Yeah. We always have problems.
They're always...
Fucking the Two Bros problem cat.
That was the only thing I was thinking. If I subscribe, I'm like, well, I'm going to be on the new version because I know you're running an older computer, so you have an older version. So I wonder... Well,
that shouldn't be a problem.
It should work.
Yeah.
I mean, technically it should, but...
I got old sessions from I got, not only do I have old balls, but I got old sessions from what was it, Pro Tools 6, and I could still run them. So yeah.
Because the last time I ran Pro Tools, it was that Pro Tools LE.
Yeah.
Back in the early 2000s.
I could run that kind of stuff too. So I think we kind of got off topic. This has been a venting moment from Two Bros. Yeah. So, anyways, you got anything else?
Yeah, finish up the news. Okay. Oh, well, no, that was at Jamie Josta.
Yeah, Jamie Josta, Hellfest, and then we went off on a tangent. What the fuck are we doing again?
So, you had one last story, you said.
Well, yeah, because before we get into Turn It Up, finally just close it with Metallica. But there was a couple things with Metallica. One, Stranger Things, of course, everybody knows now Master of Puppets is featured in the finale of season 4. And the kid plays... Have you seen the clip?
No.
Yeah, they played it. It's on YouTube, so you can go check out the clip where the kid's playing Master of Puppets. I guess they asked him if he even knows how to play guitar.
Got Slaughter to Prevail's version on that.
They could have, but it wouldn't attract like this.
It wouldn't attract. Yeah.
It wouldn't attract. It's because it's
everybody would know what the fuck.
Yeah, if the song doesn't have legs, it's not gonna. This is going because it's Metallica, and then it's cool because the song's 36 years old. So
no, I mean with Slaughter's version of Master Puppets.
Oh, their version.
They did that one video they remade it, but they so fast. Back then we thought Master Puppets, this fastest ever, fucking
Yeah.
And then Slaughter just made it sound like it's old.
Oh, yeah. No, because it is. I mean, it's dated. They weren't really... The next album, look at Lars started really using his kicks and just fucking got better at it. But, it's because it's a bigger band, bigger song. And you got to appeal to the masses.
Yeah.
The masses are going to probably be offended by Slaughter to Prevail or go, oh, my God, what is this?
Well, they were fucking offended by Metallica back in the day.
They were, yeah. Nobody liked the Metallica, especially this album. They're like, oh, my God, I don't like that stuff. Now it's well, that's the thing. 36 years later, Metallica is in the top 10 of the top 50 Spotify tracks. Yeah. So right now they're at number 7.
And they got what, over a billion plays?
Yeah, they're at number 7. So they're up. It's all pop and rap and some country and shit. And there's Metallica. There's thrash band in there. Yeah. So way to go, metal. That's how you do it 36 years later. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was my last thing with Metallica. And then I thought about it, I'm like, wow, all this shit with Metallica. And then because last week I was like, oh, fuck it. I won't have to do any research. I know Metallica. Just do Metallica. And then all this shit happened. It was like an omen. Yeah, it had to happen.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, with that, let's get into Turn It Up.
Yeah, let's get Turn It Up.
It's now time for Turn It Up.
All right. Everybody knows what we're in for.
Metallica.
Your balls are showing.
Well, no. Oh, that's a different party there. All right. So we start with questions. That's our normal thing. And I said, go ahead and bring it.
Yeah, you were challenging.
Yeah, I know I'm probably going to bite it on this one. They're like, fuck, you found some obscure thing. What color socks were Cliff Burton wearing when fucking bus went over? What? Who the fuck knows that shit? Bullshit, fucking James. You hear this fucking Mexican? This is fucking bullshit. I don't even fucking remember. I was there. I saw fucking the shit. Bullshit.
He got one in his mouth. Like that dude throwing
the Chones.
Yeah.
Flinging Chones.
Yeah.
Sweaty boxers.
All right, let's see. If I can read my writing. The first one, and let's see, back in '86 when they were doing their Master of Puppets tour and they were opening for Ozzy.
Yeah.
And they came through the Bay Area. What venue did they play?
With Ozzy?
Yeah, he was on the. It was him. Was it No More Tears? Or no?
No, it would have been
Ultimate Sin.
Ultimate Sin. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they opened up for him, doing supporting Master Puppets. And I was there at that one, so see if you remember. I know I've said it, and so.
Well, it's one of two places. I'm gonna go with Cow Palace.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't think.
Fuck yeah! F&A Cotton, F&A. I got that shit fucking out of the park. Oh, hey, wait, whoa.
Balls are showing.
Thank you. Well, you know what? I was thinking Coliseum, but that's too obvious. And then I'm like, nah. When I first saw them in '92, it was at the Cow Palace. So, and I was thinking with Ozzy, yeah, they probably went to Cow Palace. Yeah. All right, so I got one.
Yeah, because the other one I was going to ask you related to this was when we went in the '90s. Later, we all went as a group.
Yeah,
and that was at the Coliseum. No,
the
Coliseum. Was the Coliseum.
Oh, was that the one where with Body Count and Guns N' Roses?
Yeah, I forget who they were. Because I got busted going in because I was trying to sneak something in.
Yeah.
And that was going to be the question. What was I sneaking in? Because I got busted.
What? That has nothing to do with Metallica. Get the fuck out of here.
It was a Metallica concert.
Get the fuck out. Get the. Oh, so all right, I'll fucking bring in fucking. What the fuck?
You said bring it.
Yeah, Metallica questions, not fucking what was Joe smuggling. What the fuck? Bringing in a bottle of whiskey.
That's what I didn't know.
You were bringing in a bottle of fucking.
Bringing a 40.
Yeah. What kind of? Okay. What at that Metallica concert? What kind of booze does Joe drink? That was Black Velvet and Coke. That's what Joe drinks.
There was multiple boozes back then. It had multi-answers.
Get the fuck out. That's not a Metallica question.
It was.
Rewrite. Come on.
All right. Number 2. What sport was Lars known for before becoming a drummer for Metallica?
I was going to be a fucking tennis champion, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing fucking soccer like you fucking Mexicans. I was playing fucking tennis. His dad was actually a tennis star, I guess. Yeah. And that's why they moved over here.
So, I thought I might throw you with that one because it's...
Yeah, get on.
All right, and then here, the last one.
All right. See, he disappeared. You did. Then you're back.
You're trying to read my notes, am I right?
That's Cliff, like, intervening. He's like, Joe's a chode.
All right. What mythological creature did Metallica write about?
Call of Cthulhu off of Ride the Lightning.
On their early albums. And, for extra points, who was the author of that mythos?
H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, you got it.
Fucking got them all! Grand slam! Out of this motherfucking park. Thank you. Because that ain't a Metallica question, you fucking choder. What a fucking choder. Yeah.
Old dive bar in fucking Concord, California.
Yeah, did you get that one? Dive bars in Concord, fucking California? Fuck. All I know is,
where's my money, bitch?
all right.
Motherfuck.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we've told like all the Metallica stories. I mean, obviously with me, it was kind of, as a little kid, I started getting into heavier stuff. And you exposed me to rock. Before that, I didn't really think I liked music because Mom was listening to disco and stuff. And then she'd play oldies. Dad would play blues. It's like, yeah. But once I started hearing rock, Van Halen, stuff like that, Zeppelin, then I started thinking in my head, you can get heavier and heavier. So once I heard Fight Fire with Fire off of Ride the Lightning, I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. And, little did I know, I was a fucking 10-year-old kid in Castro Valley, and that bass player lived in that same little town. For people that don't know, Castro Valley is like a little small town.
Yeah.
It's as Rachel Maddow says, oh, it's a little town in this little, what'd she say, conservative town that I lived in. And then when I went away to college, I found out who I was. Like, what? We're in a suburb of Oakland. Yeah. She went away to college across the bay. She could commute there from her parents' house. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. I went to school with her, so that's why I threw her in there.
Claim to fame.
I
would be telling people about that.
I know. But yeah, I didn't even know Cliff Burton was from Castro Valley at the time once I found that tape. Okay. But yeah, Metallica, very influential. I started playing bass because of Cliff. And then later on, because it was just songwriting, I wanted to be more of a songwriter. And it's hard when the guitar players come in and totally change like the melodies and stuff. So yeah, that's why I picked up guitar, went on to that. But I mean, what's there not to say about Metallica? They're charting again. That's how great they are. And then, of course, everybody knows about Metallica.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, we did, you did the picture we posted.
Yeah.
Of Cliff's little stone.
Yeah, at Marshall Elementary in Castro Valley. That was his elementary school.
Yeah, and then we posted a picture of the ABC, where ABC Music was.
Yeah, now it's a comic shop. Yeah. Well, the ABC's still around. They moved down the street.
Yeah, they're still there, but they're not in that original where they were.
Which I was also thinking about doing Faith No More, because I was thinking about going in there and seeing if Bob was still around. Oh, and then I could get a picture of his gold record, get some video of his record, have him tell me some stories about Jim Martin.
Telling that story.
Yeah, hey, you see my gold record? Yeah. And, so, but it's cool. I mean, because now you got like a podcast, like, tell the story. Now it'll be out there,
Tell it to like 3 people. Yeah.
Because, he must have seen Cliff coming in and out of there too, because...
Yeah, because your teacher was his teacher.
Yeah, Steve Doherty taught Cliff Burton. Yeah. And I would go in there and be like, hey, okay, teach me how to play like Cliff. He's like, well, I'm going to teach you music. He goes, my students come in here and they do their things, and sometimes like, whoa, what are you doing? Yeah. And Cliff, I didn't teach him to do that. That was Cliff. He did that. It's like, oh. But do you know how he did that? Can you figure it out and show me? It's just, okay, but can you show me? Yeah, look, you dumb
kid. He thought
kid.
he was going to be like, what's the dude from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the old dude?
The rat? Their teacher?
Yeah, their master.
Yeah, the master. I think he's a rat.
Go in there and like, teach me, master.
Oh, master, I'm not worthy, not worthy.
He's like, no, I don't do that.
Well, yeah, of course, everybody knows Metallica started in the early 80s. They started in L.A. or down outskirts of L.A., Downey, California. That's where James came from. Met up with Lars, who came over from, where were they? Dutch?
Foreigner.
Well, just 40s. It's a foreigner.
Is illegal.
Hey, fuck you, wetback. You're fucking illegal, okay?
I got my papers, bitch.
I'm a citizen. I can vote, can you?
Now you are, because you got millions.
Hey, it doesn't matter. We can vote. Hey.
Yeah.
Orale, way. But, so then they started that up, and Cliff was the reason they came up here.
Yeah, because he was from the Bay Area.
Yeah, he was in a band called Trauma.
And they asked him to join, and he said, well, if I join, you got to move the operation up here.
Yeah, because he's like, I ain't moving to L.A. Screw that.
And at that time, though, most of the thrash was up in the Bay Area.
It was here. Everybody
had the glam, the hair bands.
Yeah.
And they were really against that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, we don't put makeup, we don't do that shit. And then so it just was a natural move for them to come up to. And ironically, after they kicked Mustaine out, they got Kirk, which was from the Bay Area.
Yeah, he was from Exodus.
He started Exodus, yeah.
Well, and Kirk went to De Anza High School, which is my wife went to high school there. He went to school with Les Claypool at De Anza up in El Sobrani. So yeah, they knew.
And Joe Satriani was his teacher.
Oh yeah, he taught him on guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. Guitar teacher.
I think we had mentioned that too in an episode. The years later, yeah, that they got to play a show together in Montreal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they would come up here, and then they were playing with Exodus. They knew the Exodus guys. Slayer would come up here.
Yeah.
Once they kicked out, Dave Mustaine, then he'd bring Megadeth up here. The one story that, like you were talking about with the makeup, I think Slayer came here. They're gonna Ruthie's Inn was like the main thrash place that a lot of guys played in the beginning there. But there was some other place Slayer came to play, and then the next night they were gonna play at Ruthie's. Exodus went and seen Slayer play at that other show, and I guess they weren't wearing makeup like the LA bands were wearing makeup. They were doing, I guess, like corpse paint or whatever.
Yeah.
And Exodus guys were like, you guys don't do that shit tomorrow. Don't leave the fucking makeup at home. Fuck that. It was like, yeah, they went in there, and even Kerry King, I think, in the interview was like, yeah, they would have been pummeled. That place was fucking crazy. Like, yeah, no fucking makeup. But and then I think too,
Did you know that Kerry King played for Megadeth?
that's what I was gonna say. In those early days, yeah, because Dave Mustaine was starting Megadeth, and he knew Slayer because they were all from down there,
Yeah.
and they'd come up here and play together. So he had Kerry King in Megadeth, but it's like, yeah,
He said he played for like 2 months, and he said he did it initially because he thought it would be a good promotion for Slayer.
Yeah.
You know, to have more name recognition. But I quote him. He's like, "But Dave Mustaine's a crazy
he's
motherfucker."
crazy. Hey, what's that, Kerry?
So that's funny. He fucking scared Kerry.
Kerry King. Yeah, I saw that
Figured it out, man.
last week on the fucking Blabbermouth.
Yeah, I caught that. I was like, "Whoa, that's cool." I never knew that.
That was that whole era, man. It's like we
I mean, I knew they all
came along
together.
just at the end of it. You were a little older than me, so you probably, if you knew that shit was going on, you could have been there seeing all that shit.
Yeah,
I was too young,
Yeah.
you know? Because, let's see, like 86, I was 12, so you were 18 already, right? Yeah. So, yeah, you could have been hanging out. Well, I don't know if Ruthie's is 21 or not.
Well, like 85, I went to the Day on the Green. I mean,
Yeah.
I was following, but I wasn't going to clubs at that time.
Yeah, you were still kind of too young to really go to clubs.
Yeah.
Because a lot of that stuff is 21 and over, so yeah, you weren't there yet.
Yeah.
But we were just a little behind because we were just a little younger
Yeah.
and all that. Well, I was, more younger, but yeah, all that shit was going on up here. We had no idea.
Yeah, because Violence was out about that.
Violence was, they were,
late 80s, like 87 or whatever.
yeah,
I mean,
because
it started earlier, but I mean, they didn't.
they started making their name in like that second wave, like the Testament guys.
Yeah.
Well, it started out as Legacy, then became Testament, and then, of course, Violence. They were all the younger guys.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like Phil went to high school with Chuck.
Yeah, Dublin.
Dublin High, yeah.
He posted a picture of his when he was back in high school, and I guess his band back then.
Yeah.
And it's just funny looking at him, when they're kids, because it's
Yeah.
he's a teenager, but he looks so young, and it's like, what the fuck? So, but yeah, because I follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's a trip.
Yeah,
Well,
so...
you live right down the street from there.
Oh, yeah, I'm not too far. Well, yeah, hey, you want to give out my address? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you get a stalker.
Yeah, maybe you'd fucking... Yeah, cool, man. Thanks. Fucking dickhead.
I give you the Google address.
But,
Well, it's Dublin,
yeah, it's small.
You said you live in Dublin before.
Yeah, I said I live in Dublin, so just
Yeah, by the high school, but it's all residential over there, so.
Well, now though, Dublin goes all the way almost out to Livermore.
See, you could live.
So you say by the high school, that's a whole different side, and then it narrows it
But
down.
a lot of that area, I remember when I was little, that was all farmland.
It's far. It was just rolling hills, and then there was the old prison there.
Yeah, the old.
They tore all that shit down. Now there's all along there high rises.
Yeah.
All high rises along the freeways. So.
Because I remember when I went back for Art's wedding, and we came in from the valley, into Livermore. Yeah, everything looked different. It was like I equated it to like a guy going to prison and then getting out of prison. Then you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
everything was like different. I was like,
yeah, even from then to now. I mean, it's been how long since you've been back?
Yeah, that was what 2015, 14. So it's been.
Oh yeah. Even then and now, Dublin Boulevard has got high rises all the way down. They're all new that they built in like the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's if you haven't heard of Metallica, well then I guess you've been on a rock because they're everywhere now again.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and that's I think that's it.
Well, when we're talking about it, what I don't understand is the 40th. I mean, you watched it too over the holidays. They had their 40th, and they did a couple concerts, and they broadcast them live. And we watched them, and it's like they started it with an AC/DC song. And it's like, with all their catalog that they have, why don't they just pick one of their songs? I never
Wait, which song was that?
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Oh yeah, like the intro, but they weren't playing. They didn't play it.
They played the actual AC/DC song.
Yeah, they were playing the AC/DC song, like as the intro with video,
but it was like
pictures and stuff.
Some of their shit. I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I get your point. But their thing was with that first concert was from the beginning. And I think they played like at least one or two songs from every album.
Every album.
And then the second concert was from the newest album all the way back.
All the way back. And then, let's see. Normally in their concerts, they usually play that spaghetti western theme.
Yeah.
At the beginning, right when they're coming out.
Yeah.
I was like, I figured they're just going to keep with that tradition. But then they came out with the AC/DC song. I was like,
yeah, if you think about it, though, you got to change it up. It's like, okay, yeah, they've been doing that shit since fucking 80s, 90s?
Yeah. Definitely
the 90s. Because that's when I seen them doing it. And every time you go to the concert, you hear that, oh, isn't they use
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, it's a Clint Eastwood thing, but they use that in a beer commercial, right? Modelo.
Oh yeah,
Modelo Negro. Oh. Yeah.
Back beer, we know that well.
No, now it's trendy. Now it's like an uppity beer, like the white dudes are like, hey.
It's like the new Corona.
I drink Modelo. Yeah.
Back when I was drinking.
I don't drink Budweiser. I drink
Corona
Modelo.
was the big one.
Yeah, Corona with the lime.
It just tastes like water. It's like you can just drink water then.
I remember my first beer. Yeah. Want me to put a nipple on that? All right. You got anything else?
No. We pretty much. I mean, we could go on. It's like it's Metallica. Everybody knows Metallica.
Yeah.
This is going to be our biggest episode ever now, because we included, like Stranger Things, we included Metallica.
Yeah. Now it's it. We're going to shoot to the top.
Ours is going to sue our ass now.
Fuck! I told you stop them at all costs. I fucking cut off the fucking Pro Tools. Don't fucking bounce it. I'm telling you, fuck you. I got my tennis racket. You want to go? You want to go, bitch?
Money, bitch.
Where's my money, bitch?
Where's my money, bitch?
Come on, hey, peanut. All right, man.
That one.
What?
I don't even. You used to do fucking Henry better. The Hey Peanut.
Hey
Peanut.
I just sent that clip with you like, hey Peanut.
We're gonna tell that story.
I guess another time, another show.
Good old Henry.
All right. Well, so all pickable links will be down below in the show notes, right? And Two Bros.
I'll post a couple pictures of Adam's processor on our Instagram. I already posted pictures of mine, so. But
I'll do some shots and maybe shoot a little short video, and then
put that up on the channel.
And then, like, if you have any ideas, things you want to learn, like things you want me to show you, maybe I make like little quick 5-minute, 3-minute videos, and we start posting that stuff up because maybe somebody else wants to see it and learn.
Well, yeah, we'll do like a Zoom with when I set up the Pro Tools.
Yeah.
And then that way we'll have that. You can edit that down or whatever.
And then it'll let people see what's involved with
Yeah.
what we're doing, because it's just kind of behind the scenes, and that's, I think, more entertaining. I love watching stuff like that. I can watch people work on Pro Tools for hours and gear. So,
Yep.
but all right. So, see you guys next time.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.